Greetings everybody, I am Lobo. Welcome to Luna. This is episode 147 of my Minecraft survival series. Here we are flying high over our city, looking at all the work we've done over the past few episodes, trying to get Luna back on its feet, trying to get the redstone operational again. We've got our farm district up and running at 100% for the first time in forever. We've got our business district back up and running almost at 100%. We've got our storage system back up and running. But there is one final district of Luna. I was really hoping I could make it through there. It was going to be glorious. I was going to fly out over the waterside district and come back over here towards Wolfins Laboratory, which is where we are actually going to be working today, because we do have some redstone over here in need of repair after the dimensional shift brought us into Bedrock and broke pretty much everything. Because this contraption right here, it's not supposed to bounce a block up and down. That's not that thing's purpose. No, in fact, that is an entrance gate which controls access to Wolfins Laboratory over here, because we can't just have any curious villager who's thinking, what's going on over here, coming up in here to try to see what's actually going on, because Wolfins Laboratory, they're up to some pretty top secret stuff. So let's go ahead and get started by tearing out our old triple piston extender, which was Java and Legacy friendly, and in its place we need to build a Bedrock friendly triple piston extender, because how this basically works is to open up our gate we need to push up blocks, right? So we have a triple piston extender that pushes up blocks, and that's how we get our open gate. We have another one up top which pushes down these same blocks, which gives us a closed gate. So pretty simple concept. We just need to come up with a design for a triple piston extender that actually works in this edition. And I think I found a design that works for us. Unfortunately, I built it a block too far back, so this is not currently working. I will leave a link to the tutorial I'm following in the description below in case you guys want to build this. I won't build it on camera because it's somebody else's, work. But yeah, let me go ahead and try this one more time in the right spot. All right, so first of all, please ignore the dropper sound. We're spring cleaning at this point. The storage system is going, stuff is getting put away, okay? So, yeah. But I think I got this built at the right spot this time, so we'll see if we get a full extension and retraction of this triple piston extender. So we should go up all the way. That's perfect. That's a full extension. That is a full retraction. So yeah, that actually does seem to work. Now, our top triple piston extender, it looks like we get a double extension out of that one. We haven't really messed with that yet, but if we can get another extension out of that and kind of lengthen the timing in between when the bottom one activates and when the top one activates, that should give us the effect we want with this gate. So let me go ahead and see what we can do up here. Now, the cool thing about this is we don't actually need this top piston extender to extend and retract. We just need it to extend. And the extension of the bottom piston extender, that will be the retraction for the top. It'll push that back up into place. Theoretically, that's what I'm hoping. I just made a minor change that should get us a full extension. So we should be able to see this gate open and close fully. If I actually push the button, we should be able to see it open all the way, which it does. And then we should be able to see it close all the way, which it does. Now we just need to make it stay open long enough to actually walk through it. So if we just add a few repeaters in between the bottom and top sections of this thing, that should give us the effect we want. So basically we only want it to stay open long enough for us to actually walk through it and then close behind us, so that way nothing can follow us in. So there is our opening, and we seem to have plenty enough time to walk through, and then it will close behind us. Perfect. Ah, little oversight on my part. I need a full block here to actually walk on. So I guess what we could do is move the torch back by a block, put a repeater where the torch is, and then a full block right here that would actually power the piston. Something kind of like this. All right, so this needs to be a repeater. The torch is moved back to this side of the block, so we power this, and then we need to put a block on the other side of the repeater that we can actually walk on, which should also power the piston. And voila, hopefully. Yes, voila, there we go. So there is one contraption down. Let's go ahead and move on to the interior of Wolfins Laboratory, where we have the shining cows waiting for us at the door. Oh my goodness, they're so creepy. I guess Wolfins Laboratory is a creepy place, but man, that is unsettling. We'll just enter on this side and avoid them. Now, in here, we need to get these ID badge doors working. So let's go ahead and pull out our ID badges, which are not in here. No, they're not. Where did I leave those things? I believe they are at Ender Island. I think they're at Ender Island because Watchdog's account used to be my account that I was using back when we were on Legacy, right? So I think I removed them from his ender chest to put them in a place where I could grab them later on. At least I think that's what we did. We'll see. Yes, we did. I also left my dragon heads back here. I noticed that, and also a dragon egg. One of our dragon eggs, because remember, we did somehow manage to get 2 of these things. One of them is still back at the end, though. I was thinking maybe we go harvest it, but then I just remembered that I left my redstone chest back home in Luna, so maybe not right now, but we'll get it eventually. So let's go ahead and test our Wolfins Laboratory ID badge on the secure entrances here. So to enter, we place our Wolfins Laboratory ID badge into this dropper right here. It will read the ID badge. If it's legitimate, the door opens for us, which it does. We pass on through, collect our ID badge back, the door closes behind us. All right, so yeah, these actually do work, which means a few episodes back when I took that door off the other side because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, that was completely unnecessary. So now I do need to figure out where I put that door and put it back into place so that way it's secured. So boom, and then if we test this out, and we might as well test it out since we are here, but there's no reason why this shouldn't work since this is built the exact same way as the side we just tested. Boom, we got our ID badge back. Too easy. All right. So let's go ahead and move down a little bit deeper into Wolfins Laboratory, into the underground sections of this place, and check out our redstone and our various farms down here. So wet floor, this controls access to our nether portal room, so that does allow us to bypass the wet floor. That should rise up again. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Then let's go ahead and make our way over here to our zombie spawner drown farm and see if this thing is still operational. So we do need to put our combination into here to get the door to open. Door open, so combination locks still work. Then if we were to flip this switch and this switch over here, that should cut out all the lights and activate our zombie spawner. Zombies do indeed begin spawning, so they should eventually be washed throughout this area, come up this water stream right here, and then end up over here and be converted into drowned. Up through the tube, there he goes. All right, so then he should be washed this way, and eventually he should be turned into a drown. So basically this is a kind of a sit and wait process, but it does seem promising. Seems like it's going to work. He's shaking, and conversion. So yes, confirm the drown farm does indeed work. Next up, we got some bad news. So the gas catching room that we were using to capture gas for Timberland Tree Farm, bring them over from the Nether, bring them up to Timberland, this is no longer necessary since we established when we were going through the business district that Timberland is going to be out of business. So there's no real reason to mess around in there. We're just gonna go ahead and move on down here to our slime farm, or to what once was our slime farm. This is going to be another bit of bad news because slime spawning is different in Bedrock than it was in Legacy and Java. Our triple slime chunk thing right here, it's no longer, none of these are actually slime chunks anymore. None of them, because in Bedrock, slime chunks are determined differently. They're not determined by seeds like they are in other versions. They're just determined, they're the same for every world. So yeah, I mean, I don't like that. It takes away from some of the individuality of the different worlds in this game. That also means that none of this is going to work anymore, which is very, very disappointing. You know, that means Splat. Splat is down here all alone now. He's all alone. None of his friends are coming to visit him anymore, which is very sad. It's very sad indeed. Also because we're not collecting slime balls, and I love my slime. I do have a pretty good amount left over, but yeah, we're going to need to continue to collect this stuff if we want to continue to use slime in this world, which I intend to. So our new slime farm is going to be located over here in the quarantine district, where we have to access through this area, which I can already tell you I've broken. Like this, I accidentally walked through here and broke this. So yeah, we gotta fix this before we can actually make our way into the actual quarantine district and talk about our new slime farm. So yeah, let me figure out what we can do as far as getting this thing operational again. Actually, it's a little bit close quarters over here, so let me go ahead and experiment around with this one, which is the same type of door. It's just ID badge controlled, and then we'll implement what we do over here once we actually come up with a design that's going to work for us. So our major setback with these doors is the fact that we use the piston spitting out a block mechanic, which is sadly not a part of Bedrock. So if we, you'll see that when these pistons extend, they should spit out those glass blocks, but since they don't, that causes everything to go all wonky, right? So that's our major setback with this. So if we do want these doors to work the way they're intended to, we are going to have to make those pistons spit out blocks. And it seems that somebody's found a way to make them actually do that, despite the fact that they're not intended to in this edition. So let's go ahead and see if this actually works here. And if so, I'm going to go ahead and place a link to the tutorial I followed to make this happen in the description. But let's go ahead and see if this door actually functions the way it is supposed to. All right, so there's our opening sequence. Opening sequence does seem to be working. Let's check out our closing sequence. So the glass block should get spit out, and yes. Yes! Hey, check it out. We can make Piston spit out blocks in Bedrock. Yeah, the tutorial I followed to make this happen, link down below in the description. So if we implement that same design over here, we should have a door that works and allows us into this area. And that should close up to seal out the piston. Yeah! All right, so the redstone now works. It's now hidden when it's not being used. So there is 2 of our doors. We do have one more, the exit door over here on the opposite side. And then we can move on over here into the quarantine district, which, by the way, was named as such before the current health crisis. Hello. Yeah, you're not supposed to be here. You can go away. Oh, these pillagers are everywhere. So there it is, our final door now complete, which gives us access to and allows us to exit the quarantine district, which, as I was saying, was named as such before the current health crisis. So don't think I'm trying to, capitalize on that or anything. This is more related to the nether worm than anything else. But let's go ahead and make our way through here and make sure everything is cleaned up. Cows all over the place in Wolfins Laboratory. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about our new slime farm, which should be located right about here, I think. So this is the border to what should be a Slimechunk, at least according to my coordinates. There's only one way to find out, though, if this actually does spawn slime, and that's to head on down here below Y40 and see if we actually can get some slime spawning. So we'll go ahead and mine out some area, which would be down here, the lowest section of our Slimechunk, and hope that we get some stuff spawning down here. I just want to double check before we actually commit to building anything, And now it's occurring to me, I'm going to need a better way up and down rather than just pillaring with stone to come up here, because we're going to have to be putting blocks away as we clear this area out eventually. So we'll have plenty of ups and downs, which means this 12 scaffolding I have to my name, it's just not going to cut it. So I think before proceeding any further, I should probably go ahead and collect a little bit of bamboo. And there are plans to eventually farm this stuff in Luna, but as of right now, we're just gonna have to do things the old-fashioned way. But we will set some aside over here outside the Botanical Analysis Division of Wolfins Laboratory for when we do decide to farm it. We can have some already at our disposal to actually build up that farm. So now it's back to work. Now that we have a little bit of scaffolding, I am making a mental note here that we're also going to need to kind of revamp our spider farm so that way we can get some string coming back in as well. But right now we're only concerned with slime, so we're going to go ahead and leave this area for a little bit, distance ourselves from it, so hopefully we can get some slime actually spawning down here and just confirm this is where we want to build our farm. And now that it's daytime, this should be the best chance we have for slime spawning, which they do. Yes, alright, so confirm this is a Slimechunk. This is where the new slime farm for Luna will be located. Slime balls. I love slime balls. Now, as far as slime farming goes, I know what works for me. I'm not looking for any new exciting designs, so that means we're going to have to dig out a little bit further than our actual chunk in order to make this work, because we're going to be using the same design that we did in our first slime farm, just one chunk instead of 3, right? So let's go ahead and at this point call Wolford over, put on a little bit of music, and start making a hole. Welcome back, everybody. We've got a whole dug. Oh man, lots of work. It's been a long time since I had a therapeutic mining session like this, but it feels good. Feels good. Even though I lost about the first hour of footage of doing this, which is very, very disappointing. So you guys didn't get the full experience, but you got the majority of it, and that's really what counts. Let's go ahead and just make our way over here to the scaffolding and climb up. Because we got a pretty good amount of supplies from this as well. We got a pretty good amount of rocks, resources, got a pretty good amount of ores as well. I'm gonna actually go separate the ores from the rest of this, see how much stuff we actually accumulated through this little mining session, this little digging session. Went through a lot of pickaxes, went through a lot of them. As you can see right here, not right here, this is not where I keep them. I keep them in this blue box over here. Yeah, that's including mending 3 of them back up to continue digging with paper trading and stuff. But yeah, let me go ahead and separate my ores because we're going to need a few of those supplies, specifically the redstone, the gold, and the iron. And overall, I'd say that is a pretty good haul, especially with the iron and the coal for fuel to smelt that iron. Check this out. So while our metals are smelting away, I'm going to go ahead and break down the rest of this. And just in case you're curious, this is what we ended up netting from that. Minus the emeralds because I didn't break down those ores. But let me go ahead and take some of this coal over to our furnace just to be sure that we remain stocked up on fuel, at least until we get a fuel farm up and running. And the reason why I didn't break down the emeralds, because like the ores are more rare than actual emeralds. We get tons of those anyway, so we're gonna save the ores for something special. Now, before we can actually get around to building our slime farm, there is something else we need to do. And that is light up these caves surrounding it, because despite the fact that we've spent over 2 years in this world and I thought I've lit up all the caves beneath our city, that turns out to not be the case. And the reason why we need all these caves lit up is because we don't need all these creepy dudes down here taking up the mob cap and preventing mobs from spawning. Somebody just shot at me. Oh my goodness, hello. I heard him. I wasn't sure where he went. I knew there was a skeleton around here because I could hear his bones jangling. But yeah, we can't have all these creepers and stuff like that taking up the mob cap, because that would prevent the mob farms we're actually going to be building over here in the quarantine district from being as efficient as they should be. And with that taken care of, there's only one more thing we really need to do before we start building our slime farm. And that's to make sure we have all the stuff that we need to actually get it built, because yeah, we're actually building the slime farm in this episode because the redstone repairs for Wolfins Laboratory in the quarantine district are almost complete. There's only, I think, one more thing that needs to be taken care of, and we'll handle that in just a little bit. Actually, we might be handling it sooner rather than later, because one thing we're in short supply of are magma blocks, which means we're going to have to make our way down into the nether, which means I'm going to need some fire resistance potions from our Potion Brewer. This is like the worst. Getting up this thing, getting down is not so bad, but going up, man, it's terrible. So we'll eventually get this thing built up easier to walk around and move around. Here we are, we're up at the top already. But yeah, potions. Potions need to happen. So let's go ahead and make our way into the Biochemical Research and Pharmacology Division of Wolfins Laboratories Quarantine District, where we have automatic potion brewers, which no longer work in this edition of Minecraft. So this is the last little bit of redstone we need to take care of here in the Quarantine District. And it looks like everything's just falling through. Like any water bottles, anything that makes its way into the potion brewer falls through before it actually gets a chance to brew. So that is what we're going to have to take care of to get this thing operational again. So let's go ahead and start dismantling one of these modules just to figure out what's really going on here. And there's certain systems of this I think we can actually afford to lose. I mean, the most important thing is just keeping the droppers, the ingredient, like, you know, logistics going into the potion brewer. So I think as long as we can manage that, we should be good. I mean, we don't really need an auto extracting system. I don't need a barrel full of potions. Really, I don't use potions that much. So, I mean, if we get rid of the extraction system and we can just make the potions brew themselves rather than me having to remember what order the ingredients have to go in, that might be all we really need here. So, I mean, if we were to strip this thing down to its basics and, you know, get rid of its ability to brew more than one set of potions at a time, you know, and just extract them manually, I think we can have a pretty simple and useful potion brewer here, because only one ingredient can go into the brewer at a time from those hoppers right there, which the droppers would shoot into. So as long as we can activate those, this might be all we really need in order to get this thing working for us. It could be pretty easy. So let's see, let's run a little experiment real quick. I've entered a nether wart in here to prime it. That will get us an awkward potion brewing. And I've entered the ingredients we would need in order to brew up a fire resistance potion here, even though this isn't the fire resistance module. That's what we need, so that's what I'm brewing. If we were to activate our droppers just by pushing a button here to keep it simple, that should go ahead and start getting us a fire resistance potion brewing. And there we go. We end up with a batch of fire resistance potions and also a nether wart in here to prime our next set of potions. So if we were to therefore take these out, that replaces the water bottle, starts brewing the next awkward potion, and another push of the button would brew us another set of potions. Pretty simple, right? I think that's all we really need to do with this. I think that might be, that might work. Yeah. So let me go ahead and simplify all these modules then, and we'll just get rid of the auto extracting system because I honestly have no reason to need a barrel full of potions anyway. I'm fine brewing just 3 at a time. It's not even as if I ever get all the ingredients together to brew that many potions. We'll just do what's needed and just have the recipes pre-programmed into these brewers. And we'll just put the button to activate these right underneath the brewer itself. And just use torches to, you know, power this block, which serves the same purpose. And that actually does save us a whole lot of redstone back here as well. Now, hopefully this works long term. I don't know. I'm not really going to have the time or the ingredients to actually put this thing through its paces quite yet. But it seems to work so far. So I don't know. We'll give it a more thorough test a little bit later. Or I'll probably do that between episodes, to be honest with you. I'll give it a thorough test in between episodes and let you know when we come back. You know what would have been smart? Clearing out the system before I started dismantling everything, because I ended up brewing a bunch of thick and mundane potions, which are useless to me, and probably going to give me an upset stomach since the easiest way to get rid of them is just to drink them. But now we do have a functioning potion brewer, at least I hope so. As I said, I'll put it through its paces a bit later just to make sure it continues to function the way it should. But yeah, this is the last bit of redstone that needed to be taken care of repair-wise over here in the quarantine district. So now we can go ahead and move on into the nether to go ahead and collect our magma blocks. Let me just go ahead and make sure I am prepared to go first. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What is happening? Why is my nether portal so dangerous? The nether never used to be this dangerous. Oh my goodness. All the overworld mobs just like, I guess they walked into it and they're over here waiting for me. No, you guys need to go away. My health is so low. I can't afford to be messing with you guys right now. Oh my goodness, that witch poisoned me. Zombies were attacking me as soon as I went through. Like the world wasn't even loaded yet. Yeah, get her. Get her. No, you stay away from me. You stay away from me. I have 1 heart left. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about this nether portal. You guys need to give me... Let me regen. What do you say we take some potions of regeneration with us? Wow, I wanted to bring some healing potions, but I'm not spending the gold for the glistering melon. So yeah, we'll just take some regen potions with us. Man, that was almost the quickest trip to the nether ever. I was almost taken out immediately. But now I think we're ready to go. I've also taken some precautions to keep our portal safe because from all the mobs that wander into it while we're AFK here in this world. So yeah, how about those magma blocks? Now I guess the easiest way to do this is probably just going to be to down the fire resistance potion and go around here and collect as many magma blocks as we can. The only thing we have to worry about is the lava, and not that we have to worry about the lava hurting us, just that we have to worry about it rushing down here and taking the blocks away from us. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and collect a bunch of this stuff as much as I can from this one little area, and then we should be good. There's a pretty good amount of it here. Oh, nope. Need block it off. Block it off. No, you're burning all my blocks. Oh, why? No. My fire resist ran out at the same time. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, well, you know what? It is what it is. All right, so my inventory is getting a bit overstuffed at this point, so I think though we have enough to do what we need to do. So it is back to Luna. Ah, why pillagers? He's got a flag. Why are pillagers just everywhere? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's hanging out. Did he fall down the hole? Ow. I fell down the hole. Yeah, you know what? He can stay down there. because we've got some work to do. We got a slime farm to build up, and as I said, we're using the same design that we used for our previous slime farm, just downsized for one chunk. And if need be, I'm going to put in some extra precautions just in case we need to increase the efficiency. I'm thinking hopefully we won't need to do that, but we're just going to work those in case. So at this point, I think what we're going to do, since we're doing a slime farm design that we've already done, we'll just go ahead and put on a little bit of music, call Wolford over here, and I'm going to get to work. Welcome back, everybody, and we have a slime farm. We have our second slime farm in Luna, and it is, yes, spawning slime. I was so scared that it wouldn't because I didn't see it for the longest time. But as I started building up and getting further and further away from them, we started to see them come in. I felt a lot more optimistic about this. Now, there is a problem here, and we'll go down here and I will show you what that problem is. I left myself some room on the sides in case I wanted to lure them over, but yeah, they're kind of just hopping into the spots that I made. Oh, okay, this was a bad idea. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's not necessary to lure them off the sides. They don't seem to have any issues making it off of the platforms. So this originally was supposed to be like area to put like golems in case we need to lure the slime. But yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to need to do that at all because we're getting slime balls just fine. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is just line this thing with glass. Now, the little slime might jump onto the little ledges right here, but I'm not too worried about that because they move around so much that they'll eventually jump off into the magma blocks, or they will otherwise despawn is what I'm thinking. So we'll go ahead and just make these platforms, which we were going to use for golem areas, into just little viewing areas that we can walk around in. So, I mean, this slime farm is pretty preliminary so far as the decoration stuff goes. We need an actual way down here. We're not just going to be climbing down scaffolding. We'll need to hook this up into the rest of Wolfins Laboratory, but everything seems to be going good so far. Let me just finish getting this glass in, and we'll see how this thing's actually working. So I needed to resupply, and I came up here and I saw something fairly interesting. There he is. Now he's on fire. I don't know what it is. Is there just like kind of a dark shadow over all of Wolfins Laboratory in the quarantine? Oh, you're under a block, so I can understand. But you guys aren't. Yeah, you can keep that over there. I don't understand why the skeletons and stuff aren't catching fire. I mean, they're in daylight, right? It is daytime. Yes, I'm not just imagining that. That's interesting. I don't. Yeah, now he's back on fire. But the other one's not. I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. So now that our viewing area is safe, let's go ahead and see how much slime we've actually got. I don't expect it to be a lot because, as I said, they just recently started spawning in. So we got 64 right there, and we've got the hopper full, so about 6 stacks so far, which isn't too bad considering we haven't left this thing running very long. It looks like we might actually have a little bit more slime coming in here now. Yeah, the minecart's dropping some off. Yeah, this is good. So this will keep us supplied with slime, especially after, you know, long sessions of working around this area or AFKing in this area. We should be good. I think we just saw a slime fall there. So yeah, everything's looking awesome. So I think that is going to do it for us today. Now that we are fully up and operational in Wolfins Laboratory and the Quarantine District, we have a new slime farm. Look at that slime. There he goes, Geronimo. Oh yeah, I feel good about this. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button and let me know. If you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. But as always, we've got some more. As always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.